everyone, Phi Farley here. It is June 29th. Happy Saturday, everybody. We have got an interesting slate today of baseball to get to. I got a daily best bet I want to jump on. I'm excited about. I think it's good yesterday, coming off a great win. Really proud of yesterday's capping. Went perfect just as we thought with the Rangers getting a 5-0 win over the Rays. Tired Rays after 18 innings up in Minnesota, traveling back down. It was over by the second. And I capped it just right. Scoring 4 or more runs with Lance Lynn on the mound is going to be a win. 4 or 3 or less is going to be a loss. And there you have it. You got a shutout. And they scored 5. Rangers win 5-0. So nice win there. Looking to capitalize on that and continue the momentum going forward. What's interesting, going back to that same game, you got the young kid, Brendan McKay. Something to watch here. I'm not making this a play just because there's so many. You never know how a rookie is going to perform on his debut. But Brendan McKay is a number 4 draft pick, the top prospect out of the Rays organization, and he's going to be making the start today while Ryan Yarbrough had to pitch in that 18-inning game. So here you get Brendan McKay on the mound. He is a two-way player. He has been fantastic in the minors, absolutely outstanding. He's been everything expected the Rays of him to be. And now he's going to get the start today against Adrian Sampson and the Rangers, who have won 6 straight games. So you got 2 positives coming into this one. We'll see what gives. But really, check out this Brendan McKay kid, because you're going to see him for a long time here up in the bigs, barring any kind of injuries. Knock on wood, it's not, because it seems to have a lot of hope in that guy. So it's kind of fun to watch. He also is a DH. He can pick up some hits as well. We'll see if Tampa Bay chooses to play him that way. All right, so let's go to the daily best bet. There's a couple other games I've capped in throughout here. Honestly, I was looking at Verlander and getting 260 on my 100 for taking the Mariners or getting them at a plus 130 with 1.5, but I just don't trust Kikuchi. I think the Mariners can score on Verlander. I just don't trust Kikuchi at all. I think it was 3 of his last 4 games he's given up 6 earned runs. So, I'm staying away from that one. Don't worry, I'm not going crazy. Another news, Yamamoto, 3-0. His first 3 starts have been great. A little concerned about the walks and that he's facing the Phillies twice in a row. He had 4 walks in 5 innings against the Phillies in his last outing. Let's see what he can do coming back facing Eflin right now. Phillies favorite at minus 150 to open. It's dropped down to minus 140 as Yamamoto's getting some money in on the Marlins, who have been able to get some wins here in the month of June, which is good for them. All right, so let's go to LA. So the Angels are going to be hosting the Athletics. We have 2 very similar teams, similar records here out on the West. Angels open up at a minus 150. It's now at minus 140. 2 pitchers that have very similar records. Brett Anderson, 7-5, 4.26 ERA. Tyler Skaggs, 7-6, 4.3 ERA. So very, very similar pitchers. However, here's where we completely separate the 2 pitchers, the 2 teams, as we go into this one. One thing to note, in the 12 games they have played thus far this season, there has only been 2 games that have been within 1 run. One was a 10-9 win. The other was a 2-1 victory by the Athletics and a, where's that 10-9? 10-9 win by the Angels. Not a lot of favoritism when it comes to home and road, so nothing really to be concerned about that we're in the Angels Stadium. But if you want to take a run line here, you shouldn't have a fear within these 2 teams, as 10 of the 12 times run line has cashed. Now that said, the favorite here is the Angels, and they have Skaggs on the mound, who's won 3 straight games. Let's not be deceived, as he has not performed well against the Athletics. And this is where, I'm capping this game, saying we're going to have a good spot in taking the big dog with the Athletics at a plus 130. So against Oakland this season, 8 2/3 innings, 11 hits in those 8 2/3, 7 runs given up, a 7.27 ERA against them. Meanwhile, Brett Anderson this season against the Angels, he has shut them out. 6 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs. and only 2 walks, a .83 whip, 0 ERA. And, he's won 3 of his last 4 starts as well. So a lot to like when it comes to Anderson and his performance against the Angels. Now let's talk about specific lineups. Tyler Skaggs against Oakland. Oakland's hit .305 against him with a .503 slugging percentage. Holy crap. Hold on to your britches if you're taking the Angels in this one, which I will not be. But Brett Anderson, meanwhile, a .155 batting average from the Angels. We're talking about divisional rivals here, both pitchers with some tenure, and this is what you get is a .155 batting average versus a .305 batting average. The .155 batting average pitcher happens to be the underdog today. I think we may have this line a little backwards. He's performed very well against the key players. Albert Pujols is 1 for 10 against him. Simmons 0 for 12 against him. Mike Trout only 2 for 12 against him. Both those hits were doubles though. So top to bottom, there's not a single player who's really keyed in on Anderson. So look for continued success in my eyes with Anderson against the Angels. Now let's look one last item. We're going to look at the last 3 years, Skaggs versus the Athletics. It is not pretty. And then we're going to look at Anderson's history against the Angels, which has been very good. Don't take my word for it. Skaggs here, over the last 3 seasons against the Athletics, he is 2-5. If you add in this season, he is 2-7. 2-7 with a 5+ ERA against the Athletics. Meanwhile, Brett Anderson against the Angels, he is 1-0, not including the season. This is the last 3 seasons: 16, 17, and 18. 2.545 ERA, and 14 2/3, just 11 hits. And we talked about the batting average. So I'm going with the better pitcher here against the other team. He really performs, Brett Anderson does, in this spot. He's an underdog here, so we got great value. I'm taking +130, money line, Athletics today as the daily best bet. Good luck, everyone, today. By the way, don't forget to subscribe and other picks over on patreon.com/Phi Farley. Check that out, and let's keep this whole momentum rolling. All right, see you again soon.